For this plan to work, you'll need help from the theater people. If I were you, I'd talk to the director first. Get him on your side.
Who are you? Another of my...
has been locked down as a security measure, and the distribution of supplies has been temporarily suspended. I repeat. The cargo line has been severely damaged in an accident. Investigators are currently assessing the damage.
Hi, welcome.
Early indications are that the woman calling herself the Savior was involved. The palace has been locked down as a security measure, and the distribution of supplies has been temporarily suspended.
There's a chocobo girl in the main market of the
The
Glutton.
cargo line has been severely damaged in an accident. Investigators are currently assessing the damage. Early indications are that the woman are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself. She has cargo line. Investigators are currently assessing the damage, matching early indications that the woman calling herself the Savior was involved. The palace has been locked down as a security measure, and the distribution of supplies
My
has been
fine.
temporarily...
It has been a pleasure.
I repeat.
I won't be able to dance in a while.
The cargo line has been severely damaged in an
Party should I
accident.
attend?
Investigators are currently assessing the damage.
strange that
Early indications are that the woman calling herself the Savior was involved.
The statue by
The
the
palace
stage
has
is
been locked down as a security measure, and the distribution of supplies has been temporarily suspended. I repeat.
I think I need to shake things up tonight. Who are you?
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest...
You must be in charge around here.
And just who might you be?
Just someone who wants tonight's show to go down in history. Doubling or tripling the fireworks should do the trick. Enough to scare the patron out of his den.
Did you escape from some mental hospital?
I'm just an old friend of the patron's. He never shows his face, so I worry. He's not the type for flowers, so I thought I'd send him a good show instead.
3 times the fireworks? That would cause one hell of a stir.
Yeah. This city could use a good stirring. If not at the end of the world, then when? Not much point playing by the rules now.
I like your style, lady. And you're not wrong by any means. Half of Yusnan's already sunk under that wretched cloud we call chaos.
Let me get the fireworks. I'll make sure we have more than enough. But it's gotta be today.
Hell, let's do it. But this conversation never happened, capiche? If you need help with the fireworks, the stagehands can help you out. I'll make a couple of revisions to the script. This'll be a show they'll never forget!
If you want to know about fireworks, I guess you should talk to an expert. I suggest that you go and find the pyrotechnician's crew chief. He should be over by the statue. That's where they launch some of the fireworks.
Are in full swing. The recreation feature committee encourages visitors to visit all the attractions our city has to offer.
A little something for you.
Thrill, thrill, light, and magic. Our city has it all.
Hey, what's
We
up?
order you
Change of plans. We're upping the amount of fireworks in the finale. At least double, maybe triple the number.
And why is this the first time hearing of it? Let me guess. Folks can call him a genius all they want, but that doesn't mean... But I suppose complaining to you. You're one of his assistants, right? Then you know what I'm talking about. You're probably feeling the blunt of his capricious behavior as much as I am.
Then help me. Can you add more fireworks to the show?
I want to say no, but even if it is impossible, I'll still have to do it. That's my job, after all. All right, I'll do it. But I warn you, it'll be anything but. But you're gonna have to help me out. I'm out of gunpowder, so I can't make any more fire. There are pyrotechnicians all over town who launch fireworks to mark the hour. You know that, right? Here, I'll write you. Show this to any pyrotechnicians you meet. I'll give you what they can spare. By the way, my pyrotechnician buddies aren't the only source of fire. Buy some, haggle for some, do whatever you need to do if it gets us the fire. We just have to be sure that we have enough.
Light, you got the boss on your side. You're gonna need a lot of fireworks to bring down that set, though. Go and gather up all the firepower you can find.
Is it just my imagination, or are you...
Hurry and collect the fireworks. Once you've got all the fireworks you need, come back here and report to the boss.
Conducting a search for the
Try it out. You want it?
savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security.
Magical.
Thank you so much.
You want to leave yourself extra time in case there are complications.
Intruder calling herself the savior. She has
Do you want fireworks too? You can get...
enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
This is where we set off the fireworks. Normal. What are you doing? It's dangerous.
The boss sent me. We're mixing up the plans for tonight's show, so I'm collecting fireworks. Here, these are his instructions.
A change of plans? It sure does look like the boss is writing. I'll just keep a few around to ignite right here. Those fiery blooms in the night sky are like smoke. That's how we let the boss know we're on. See that? That means all good. You're going to need to get more fireworks from the others too, right? When the time comes, the fireworks are... Each site sets off their fireworks at a different time. So you should think carefully about the order you want to visit.
You did it. Now you just need to keep on going at this pace.
I can't wait.
I hear some firework nut is opening a shop.
The next fireworks should be set off from Central Avenue. I hope you can make it
Guess it comes to this. You must be one of the pyrotechnicians.
Keep looking.
It was the boss who sent me.
Do I look like I care? Unless... Get me some booze.
If I have to, just wait here.
Huh? You really do that? Bacchus's brew. Yeah, it's a drink of legends. They say that one sip will whisk you away from the...
Fine, I'll get...
You do that, and get it...
Are you really gonna do it? Give in to a drunk's demands?
I don't have time to try and convince him to hand over the fireworks to me. It's just a lot faster to get in the drinking.
Choco. Can you say the magic word?
Please?
Nope. I'm afraid that's not what I'm looking for.
You might be right. He didn't seem like the type to listen to reason, did he? Alright, let's go and find this Bacchus's brew. The Glutton's Quarter seems like a good start. It seems you can get your hands on some fireworks if you know the
Chocobo, it's time to tell. What are the magic words?
I don't have a choice, do I? Meow, meow, choco chow.
Oh, that was
You managed to get the fireworks light. It was quite the achievement.
What? Is something amusing you?
How would you like some healthy vegetarian bread?
Welcome! A customer!
Well, what do you serve?
Anything you want. How about the chef's special made deep-fried niblet hair?
Are you sure that's actually edible?
Oh, yes, it definitely won't kill you. I can guarantee it.
Nothing ventured.
That's the spirit. Take the plunge, Ice. Well, does it make your taste buds sing? Are you...
This is...
Too tart? Too much salt, perhaps?
No, it's actually really good.
God, I mean, of course it's good. I knew you'd... Unfortunately, it's not very nutritious. People are more health conscious.
Nutritious or not, you'd think that more people would come back for this.
I think it must be me. I just don't have a head for business, no matter how. I've been living on the brink of financial ruin for years now.
You've got the chops to be a good cook, though. Why don't you try to find yourself a partner? You know, someone you trust who has a better head for business.
Now that you mention it, I hear there's a famous food expert here in Yusnan. Apparently he's special. I'll bet... No, I know he could help me, but how do I find...
And what is it?
Gordon Gourmet. Despite his fame, he's hard to track down. If you do happen to run into...
Gordon Gourmet. I'll remember it.
You are far too kind. Thank you so much.
I heard that the world's first. Would you like to sample one?
Do you have Bacchus's brew?
One sip, and the famed drink that makes you forget. If only we did, this world would be a far happier place. Bacchus's brew is a fantastic but exceedingly rare drink in this world of ours. I imagine it only great, though I have heard it said that you can eat like a lord at the banquet of the Lord. Perhaps you can try your luck there.
Goddess makes me powerful. Unfurl the wings of death.
Chocobo.
Meow meow choco chow.
I'm getting the feeling you're not as amused as I am by this whole thing.
That was by far the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. The boss told me to come and collect the fireworks from you guys.
Canceled? Well, okay.
This seems a bit light. Are you sure this is all of what...
Well, don't tell the boss, but the truth is, I spilled my drink on him. Had to toss the wet one. But you can still use those. Anyway, there... Time for me to bail.
You still need more fireworks. We've gotta hurry.
Welcome.
Do you happen to carry Bacchus's brew here?
Why, yes, we certainly are available seats.
I don't need a table. The brew is actually a gift for someone. Would you be willing to sell me a bottle of it?
I would be delighted. Though I hope you understand that it is one of the more expensive...
So this is Bacchus's...
I am honored to have been some help to you. I'm sure the recipient will be delighted. Welcome. Do...
Tell me, are you the famous food...
Possibly. I do boast a certain renown in culinary circles. It cannot... I see. CD's restaurant, you say? I do hate to see a good restaurant go undiscovered.
So, will you help him out?
Oh, no. CD's restaurant? I'm afraid you'll have...
I can't persuade you?
Impossible. This city is overflowing with restaurants crying out for the deft helping hand of Gordon Gourmet. I'm run ragged trying to keep up. And, well, you see... Right, my rule. I have an ironclad policy. I cannot help an establishment unless the owner...
You just made that up, didn't you? All right, can you do this for me? Just give me some advice now and I'll pass it along to the owner.
That sounds reasonable. I mean, I'd hate to see a restaurant serve... Except, if I give advice, I need to make sure that it is communicated accurately, with total precision. And that means my messenger has to understand the instructions.
Well, I guess that rules me out. I don't know the first thing about fine dining.
Oh, you don't have to be a top chef, or even a garde-manger. All you need is a discerning palate. Practically anyone can acquire.
I'm not sure what you mean by a discerning palate, but...
Trust me when I say it can be found. In fact, a tour of the best establishments of the Glutton's Quarter.
Our cafe here on the first floor is always welcome. Our customers, we put a lot.
That was useful information, but you still have more to learn. You should visit more restaurants in the Glutton's Quarter.
What do you think? We step right up. Our meat is grilling and roasting, and we do that better.
Like,
every one of our fish is fresh caught. We get our seafood fresh every morning. A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes.
you're gonna be a real food connoisseur by the time this is over. You just have 3 more restaurants left to visit.
Welcome! From the elegant simplistic cocktails can be served chill. Everyone has their own preferences.
2 more places, Light, and you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants of the Glutton's Quarter.
Where's the shop?
Come enjoy. Even kids who hate greens love my veggie dishes. Vitamins in vegetables are determined by their color. You want...
Almost there, Light. You have 1 more restaurant left.
You found...
What's Gordon Gourmet?
Visit the restaurants of the Glutton.
You look mighty.
What? I don't mind playing with fire.
God, Spike, I can have it. Really?
Sure, but only if you give me what I...
Hold on, I'll get him. The fireworks.
Did you make these? They're not like any of the others I've seen. I can tell you put real care.
Ah, you've got a sharp eye. Yeah, I poured my...
Promised someone.
Yeah, for one of the little... He was always a sickly little thing. Never let... I made him a promise. I said I'd make... Which, funnily enough, is today.
You sure you're all right with giving these away?
The kid's gone. Better to get... Actually, you know what? Leave me just one. That'll be enough.
Thank you. They'll be used for something very important.
Good, they're yours. In the meantime, I'll let Bacchus... If it's true what they say about this stuff, in a few minutes, I'm...
So I'm gonna blow up that set with the fireworks meant for a dying child. Somehow, it doesn't seem right.
I know what you mean. But Lightning, don't forget we're trying to save a world here. And those fireworks are going to help.
I know. I'll get over it. And if I...
Fireworks are just...
This way, lady. Hello and well. Oh, you'll be back. Hello and well. Oh, you'll be back. Quality here.
I think you finally got enough fireworks. Take them back to the boss in the honors corridor.
I feel like going all out.
Oh, you can't even see the play?
You'll need reservations to dine upstairs.
Here at the banquet of the Lord. Welcome. When offering a complete dining experience to this, one must always anticipate the needs of your patrons. I am constantly assessing the dining space from the viewpoint of my customers. Our customers want more than just the meal. They come for the memory.
Well, you visited all the...
Well, how goes the culinary tour?
I did what you suggested. I visited the top restaurants in the neighborhood.
That is excellent news. So now, if CD's restaurant wants to turn its business around, Wait, you've eaten at Seedy's and at the best establishments in Yusnon. Why don't you tell me what you think is the main... I'd be interested to hear your opinion. In your own words, of course.
Why? Is this some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have in common that poor old Seedy's lacks?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying to me, but something seemed off.
Oh, would you care to elaborate?
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying or trying to deceive anyone. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were telling me everything they knew. Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but they weren't doing it. I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like a special
What a wonderful deduction. You have hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer only... It is as you say. The best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi. And finding that something, that is what I do best. In other words, if the restaurant does not already have a special something, then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about Seedy's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this. The chef there already knows his secret. The talent is... Unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. Let me be specific. Once upon a time, Seedy's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as civet musk. But then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell into a long decline.
You seem to know a lot about Seedy's.
Well, a long time ago... Let's just say we have a...
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurants should start bringing...
Yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. In fact, the only way to acquire it would be to defeat certain monsters. Such a shame. All for want of a single spice his restaurant is... Ha! I'd recognize that fragrance anywhere. You found... Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. See...
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of Seedy's for...
Quite so. When you put it that way, of course, you're right. I just get caught up in a But back to business. Here, I want you to take it back to Seedy's together with the civet musk you acquired.
So, you still don't want to meet him yourself?
I'm afraid that won't happen. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and Seedy's the very best. Please.
Lightning, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you remember what the owner of Seedy's told us when we met?
You mean the story about his son that ran away from home when the restaurant started struggling? Great minds, Hope. We've both been thinking that maybe this son of his went on to become a famous food expert.
And that's why Gordon won't meet Seedy's owner. But he still clearly wants to help out.
Gordon Gourmet created a new recipe for you. You should make it with this civet musk. Do that and you'll be able to save your restaurant. At least...
Why, thank you! This is incredible! Everything is here in black and white! A groundbreaking dish! I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe. The genius of Gordon...
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a... This handwriting, it looks strangely familiar. Yes,
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret identity. He's your long-lost son.
He is? And you're sure it was him who... But more importantly, he's in this town.
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where...
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long...
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make his dish. Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the truth be told, what I really want to tell him is that perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch, would that be enough to entice him back? I don't know.
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and likes it, that might...
And there it is, finished at last. Here.
All right. I'm feeling hungry anyway. Wow. This might be the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire life. Really, it's incredible.
Why, thank you. Although all the... Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many...
Sure. I'll take it to...
Huh? You don't know who Gordon
Oh, do I smell what I think I smell?
Yes, the owner at Seedy's insisted that I bring you...
I see. Well, then... Oh, yes. A perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sings. It's a microcosm of culinary delight. A theme park of olfactory. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. I always knew he was a skilled...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out again in the kitchen?
Go back? Well, what do you mean? I've never... Oh, the cat's out of the bag. You've somehow figured it out. What my true... Yes, I admit it. I am indeed the son... It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled. And I left the shop vowing never to return. We fought over... But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about... After many years of study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what Seedy's...
You had a falling out because of the menu? But when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back.
So he recognizes my ability. The fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed.
You mustn't feel that way, my son.
Father, how did you find me?
My apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after she left the shop. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, and now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the like.
But Father, I left you.
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it, but worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my son. For that, you have my sincere apologies.
It's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you and the restaurant.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes.
Now let's get to it, shall we? We'll make Seedy's a success again!